Determine bluegills.
Howard Fullhart is the Assistant Area Fisheries Supervisor for the Minnesota DNR office in Fergus Falls.
It's basically unlimited opportunity in Otter Tail County. I mean, we've got more lakes per square mile than almost anywhere else in the state of Minnesota.
We joined Howard and his crew as they surveyed one of the lakes in Otter Tail County.
So we've got some of our dominant lakes that are, are walleye fishing, but the majority of our lakes are panfish lakes. They're bass panfish lakes, so opportunity is abound in Otter Tail County.
Their objective is to monitor not only the numbers of fish, but to document growth rates and make sure the resources aren't being harmed.
We've got very healthy lakes when it comes to our fish populations and very diverse fish communities. A lot of that is the people that we have here too, and being consistent with, not taking too many fish or taking what you need for a meal and then, leaving the rest for somebody else or for another opportunity or another day too. So,
one species that is very susceptible to overfishing is bluegills, especially when it comes to big bluegills.
In order to have lakes that produce big bluegills or big sunfish, you need big bluegills in there.
Bluegills have long lifespans and a relatively slow growth rate.
We basically say a bluegill is an inch a year. So you catch a 10-inch bluegill, that's a 10-year-old fish. A bluegill or a panfish, they can actually live out to 15 to even 20 years old in some systems.
Not only are genetics important when it comes to producing trophy-sized bluegills, competition plays a role as well. Howard says without big bluegills in the system, smaller fish start putting energy into reproduction rather than growth at an earlier age.
That's what happens in these stunted populations is you've had all these big fish removed out of there, and now all of a sudden you've just got all these small fish, and it's almost impossible to turn that cycle back around. The individuals that used to need to keep a limit of the great big bluegills all the time are starting to realize too, in order to keep those big bluegills around, you need to let some of those bigger ones go, and then you want to keep those, like I said, those 7 and 8 inch bluegills, and they make as good of a meal as those big ones do too. So,
hopefully, if we all take a conservative approach and selectively harvest, an increase in fishing pressure won't have a negative impact.
We've got all these lakes, and if we keep them spread out, I mean, everyone can enjoy them and have that peaceful time that you out in the water and just enjoy your time in our area in Otter Tail County.
One of our favorite things about this part of Minnesota is the pace of life. Quaint communities like Henning, Battle Lake, and the city of Otter Tail offer residents a chance to enjoy country living in the heart of lakes country and still have a short, scenic commute to work. To learn more about opportunities to not only play in Otter Tail County but to live and work there too, visit tricityliving.org.